And I guess we are back.
Hey,
Unfortunately, well, no. Fortunately, it's just me and my brother, Dunn son over here,
hey,
and we just want to do like
Panda life.
we just want to do like a quick podcast, just to just talk about what's going on in the news and stuff like that. What's actually going on in the world? We got nobody here. So
Nobody.
yeah.
It's empty.
So what's the big thing that got released this week?
Grand Theft 5.
Guess Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Grand Theft Auto or?
I'm a fan. I lost it a little bit after Vice City. Have not played a full length Grand Theft Auto game. I didn't play Ballad of Gay Tony. I didn't play San
Lost in the
Andreas.
Dams. You didn't play San Andreas?
I played the bike mission and said I don't like it and took it back.
Wow. You know what? Everybody likes San Andreas, but that one's like one of my least favorites. Maybe I didn't get
like
like I've never. I don't think I've ever beaten a Grand Theft Auto game.
I beat Vice City.
You did?
And I think I beat the one before that. So when San Andreas came out, it hurt me because I wanted to continue
Did I beat
everything.
Vice City? I don't know. I get to a point where I just want to drive around. I just want to drive around.
And kill and get prostitutes.
I want to drive around, get houses. Like sometimes I go on rampages and just kill everybody, or
get prostitutes.
I'll hit like in the new game if I hit somebody. Like yesterday, I hit somebody and they gave me the finger.
Oh, you can hit humans? You can hit them?
No, like you hit. Yeah, of course you can. You probably never do that.
Yeah, but I'm saying they usually they're trying to run. Like they're not trying to get
in this new game, like you hit somebody's car, they give you the finger.
See, I'm old, like I'm old. Like I'm kind of like maybe the old man with Grand Theft because I remember PlayStation 2 Grand Theft.
Oh God, I remember PlayStation. I remember PlayStation when Grand Theft first came out, and it was like the top-down view.
Yeah,
I remember that
one. The overview where it's almost like you're looking at, almost like it's a maze.
Yeah,
You're looking at the top of it.
I bought that game from somebody in high school for like $4.
Damn.
Yeah, that's back in the day. Prices have gone up since then.
I have a problem with that.
Why?
I don't want to spend $60 for a game. Like after we do this podcast, I'm trying to get a game for like $50. Grand Theft at that.
He says
By the time you hear this, you won't be
game
able to
just came out. He says he has a used copy of Grand Theft. I think that's amazing if you can find a used copy of that game. You know how much money they made?
How much?
$600 million in one day.
A virtual tear just fell from my eye.
$600 million.
And they invested 200-something million, right, to build it, right?
I have no idea, but that's one day. One day.
I'm in the wrong business.
My God.
I should have learned how to make a video game.
And for anybody that has just got the game, I guess I'll give my review of the game. I like it a lot.
Nice.
I think a lot of these people that are doing like reviews, like IGN and stuff, I don't know if they're in pocket or something. The game is good. But the graphics are kind of okay. Now the whole mechanics with the water looks great.
Nice.
But it has its problems. It does have. It's not a perfect game.
Okay.
It's not a perfect game at all. And nobody really wants to say they're like, oh my God, it's the greatest game ever. It's good. It might be the greatest game ever, but it still has a set of problems.
Yeah. You can't. I mean, no game is perfect. And I don't know. I always felt like some of their design of the characters, I feel like they do that on purpose. Like they give them this little. Even looking at the picture now, it's like it's not exactly smooth.
No.
It's kind of a little choppy, but I almost feel like they're doing that on purpose.
I don't know, man. But as far as the storyline, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, they're barring. I mean, their storylines are always amazing.
Yeah.
I love. That's the greatest thing about Rockstar games. I actually show you how off I am. I haven't even played Red Dead Redemption, and there's somebody in my job that swears up and down by that game.
You haven't lived, Mickey Dunn.
No, not in the Rockstar world. No.
Yeah, man, that's a great game too. And they said I think you can fit 5 Red Dead Redemption worlds in this one world.
You gotta be joking.
Dead serious.
I heard you can skydive in this game.
You can skydive. You can fly planes.
I wonder how long it took for them to develop that game. That's a lot of code.
It's a lot. And from the people that I know that live in California, they're saying that like it's spot on. Like people are like, oh, let's go to see this. You got to make a right here and then make a left here, and it's like almost exactly like parts of LA. Like the landmarks are The landmarks are the landmarks.
That's kind of scary because someone's house is actually in that video game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, now let me tell you a story about this game. I have a friend of mine. Shout out to Erin. I'm not gonna give her last name out, but she's a friend back home, and I knew I would rile her up, So I sent her a video of things you can do in Grand Theft Auto.
So dirty.
She lost it.
So
I can't believe people make games like this. I have to question your morals for playing games like this.
Oh, no. Your morals were questioned?
Yes, absolutely, man. So I want to pose a question. I mean, what do you think about that? Like, with games like Grand Theft Auto, which are misogynistic, and, you can do things like go to the strip club, see tits,
nice.
get prostitutes, yada, yada.
Even nicer.
You can kill people. You can, after you get done with the prostitute, you can kill her, get your money back. What do you think about these games in our society? Should there be a place for them? Or I'm thinking, yes, there are people that are going to look at this game and simply play it for just being a game. The majority of people.
Yeah, I think
there will be some people that might be influenced by it. But do we not put out content like this just for that small amount of people? What do you think?
I mean, I think there's a guy somewhere that could look at doll babies that have no thing that have done nothing to anybody and say, hey, I wonder if I could candle wax them and make them into a doll baby. You know what I mean? Like, insanity is insanity, and insane people are always looking for a reason to do insane shit.
Right. Or people can look at that baby doll and like, oh, I want to go rape a child now.
Yeah,
does that mean we stop making baby dolls?
Look, man, there's nothing crazy as it's a mental issue. It's a mental health issue. It's an issue that obviously I think that there's some kids that should not look at that type of stuff, because they're not old enough to understand maybe quality of life or knowing that life it means something to kill somebody else. So it means something to I mean, just even like when I was young, I didn't really know the strip club. I didn't know, I'm talking about 9, 10 years old. I knew maybe it existed, but I didn't understand the whole element of the strip club. You know what I mean? So I
still don't know the element of the strip club like that.
Really?
I mean, yeah. But all right, move right along, man.
Yeah. But I think that everybody has their age, their level of enlightenment, and it happens, for whatever, area of life that you're in. And I think that Grand Theft Auto is you need to be a young adult or adult to play this game.
We were talking in the car. I said, I wouldn't let my 7-year-old kid play this game. But if my kid's 15, 16 years old, I'll let him play.
And we have to have a conversation about the conversation.
Yeah, and I think I might play it with him, or you know what I'm saying, But yeah, it's a great game. That's all I gotta say. I mean, any last words about this before we move on?
I hope that it's still there. I reserved it.
I think it's gonna be gone, man. Somebody's playing your game right now.
I hope not. I have 2 possible use, so if that don't work, then the one over West
Quit
might
being
work.
cheap and go buy it, man.
I'm not giving you $60.
Come on, man.
I come from the school of $40 and $50 games. I come from school, a system was $100, and I live and die by that. Only thing that it has happened, I can't do that about the system thing these days. Hey, a matter of fact, are you going to get the Xbox One?
Hell
this
no.
Is a slide over? What's the reason why?
No.
I'm debating between the two.
I just don't like the way Xbox One, they're real sloppy right now.
Are they real sloppy out here?
Yeah, they're real sloppy.
They're real sloppy out here?
Yeah, man.
What's the main number one sloppy thing that you really didn't like? You didn't like how they talking about the internet thing?
Yeah, that thing bothered me, man. I got, for those who don't know, I got a lot of family that's in the military. And I think they've changed their stance on this now.
Yeah, they've changed all of it. They went back on all of it.
Yeah, but it's like you already came out the gate just saying dumb shit, So it's like, for those who don't know, there was a point where you could only play Xbox if it was online.
Yeah.
That totally negates a lot of people that are in the military, that are in Iraq, Afghanistan, that may not have military access. Internet access.
Exactly.
To play certain games. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It's a lot of things, man. But then the price point, they say PS4 is a lot more. It's a lot more powerful than Xbox, but yet the price tag is cheaper than the Xbox.
They said the PlayStation 4 is going to be more powerful.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought someone had told me that they were more evenly based, but you're saying it's not. No.
Came up there. It's more powerful. The PS4 is more powerful.
Okay.
But I'm an Xbox dude. Like, if I have both. I have an Xbox and I have a PS3.
He's a gamer.
I'm a gamer, and I rarely play my. I can probably count on two hands how many times I played my Xbox. My PS3. Yeah, I bought it first time I bought it for Starhawk, and I bought another one to play The Last of Us.
How was The Last of Us?
It was good. It was good. But I'm a type of gamer that I play with a lot of people. So like Xbox is more conducive for that, you know. Like I play.
Is there community because you play both? Is PlayStation 3 online community? Is it even in any way matching the Xbox Live?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. And it might be because all my friends have Xboxes and we go play Gears of War or play whatever we play and you know, beast on people. Yeah,
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Yeah, if you wanna see me in the game, holla at me. My gamer tag is Killery Swank. Killery Swank. 2 L's.
Say that one more time.
Killery Swank. Damn right. So yeah.
So dang. So yeah, that's my thing. I also was offended by a lot of it, especially when I heard reports that some of them were like, well, it's almost like you're either gonna do it or just don't buy our system. Of course, they reverted back on it. I mean, video gamers are very powerful. You know, they get on forums and they can make it where your system your system could be nobody's really buying your system at all. You know,
and you can't. There was a point where you couldn't share games with your friends.
Yeah. And the fact that, their website, they went back on it, but it has rubbed a lot of people. My thing is, if I go over to the PS side, if I go over to their side.
Which I don't want to do.
I kind of want to do, because I have an Xbox community of friends, too. So I'm thinking to myself, if I go over to this side, one is, are they going to match the community? Can I match the community?
And let's talk about this. PS4 online. PS3 online is free. So I'm only certain that PS4 online will probably be free. I'm not sure, but I'm almost certain it'd be free.
Okay.
So.
But I heard they were slow on the games when they put out that system. They took them like at least a year or two to really put out some real games.
For PS?
For the PS. For the PlayStation.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. But, and even with that being said, Xbox is coming out first. If I remember correctly, the new Xbox is coming out first.
Isn't it, November?
I think so. October, November, something like that.
And so PS is going to be like Christmas time?
I'm not sure, but I think both of them are coming out this year. Okay. So, who knows? Now I'm going to wait, though, because them things like that break. I don't know why now, with technology, you get something and it's not 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to rush it. Not giving enough R&D.
Like even with this daggone Grand Theft Auto. Like, the online play, it comes out 2 weeks from now. Yeah, you can't play online.
You can play online with this?
Yes, man. Where have you been under a rock?
First of all, let me tell you, yes, I've been under a rock.
Yeah.
But it's because I gave up on Grand Theft. If it wasn't for people Instagramming it and Twittering it and just like, that's what made me go, well, let me see what the talk is about.
Yes.
And then a GameStop individual, shouts out to Justin over at the 40
He's about to lose
location.
his job. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Shouts out. Please, no, I hope not. But he gave me the game of, everybody's telling me it's a great game. I played some of it. He was like, man, this game is a shit. He was like, you just gotta make sure that you got enough room. I think it's like 8. Takes up like,
I think it's 6.
6 or 8.
5. I think it's 6. It could be. I had to delete everything.
What?
For the most part, I had to delete everything.
Yeah, I heard he said a lot of people have had it's a big game.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why they can do so much with the scope of the game, because it's running off the hard drive as well as, because it's a double disc. It's running off the hard drive and it's also running off drive, the CD. So that's why they can, takes up so much space.
Shouts out to Rockstar Games for doing something different. I haven't heard of that.
And the fact that you can play with 3 characters. You got Michael, you got Franklin, and you got Trevor.
Do they all have different storylines, like depending on who? Or you're playing those different people at different points in the game?
Oh no, my brother.
He's about to put me on.
If I'm playing with Michael and I decide to switch over to Franklin, it goes right to Franklin. Whatever he's doing in that world.
Wow.
So if Franklin's at the mall, you're picking up with him being at the mall.
So while you're not them, they're doing whatever they're doing.
Whatever they're doing. Yeah. Yeah. You should see Mickey's face right now.
Wow.
So it zooms out. Like, as soon as you say, okay, I want to go over to Franklin, it zooms out. You see the world, and then everything slides over, and then it comes down, and then you're at Franklin talking to his girlfriend, getting cussed out. And then the story picks up.
So is the goal you're trying to finish each of their stories, or is it just like it's almost like a kind of you can do whatever you want?
You can do whatever you want. I think generally they all converge because they all know each other throughout the game at some point. Okay. So like yesterday, I was playing as Michael, and I switched over to Trevor, and Trevor was in a dumpster, and he woke up out the dumpster.
Damn.
Yeah. So things like that happen, and then you go about your business. You do what you got to do. You switch back and forth.
How you like the missions?
The missions are cool. They're really cool, and it's cool how things tie together. It's a video game, man. It's a lot of fun, and for a game to be of this magnitude and this hype, it delivers. I'm gonna say it again. It's probably the best game ever made of this generation. However, the game still has problems.
Okay, that's good.
But and even with the soundtrack of this game, I don't think it's the best out of all. Like Vice City had a great soundtrack.
Get the yayo.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Miami Vice, for all those that play Vice City, they heard the little the little funky Miami shoes with no socks.
Yeah, that was
shirt
slick.
with 3 or 4 buttons open at the top,
right.
Just taco meat.
I really haven't found a station on this game that I really listen to like that.
Damn.
Yeah, like on like I used to have what was the game before this one? Grand Theft Auto 4.
How'd you like 4?
It was okay. It was all right. There was a station that was like an R&B station, like an old R&B, 70s, 80s.
Nice.
Yeah. That was my station. But with this one, I really haven't found a station yet.
You haven't found an old man station that you can get.
No, I just haven't found a station. Like they got Toro y Moi on there, and they got Outkast doing elevators, which is kind of cool. Driving the street, listening to elevators. They got a couple gems, but they're scattered out on different stations.
Dang.
So, yeah. But overall, I get it. It's a solid game. It's a very, very good game. So definitely check it out. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Last week, where were we? I invited Mickey Dunn out. Or did you invite me out, or I invited you out?
It was a collective minds.
Yeah. We went to this place called the Green Turtle to see. What we go see, man? What we go see? Tell the people.
We went to see the Money Team. We went to see,
go see the fight. I don't know about
one
the
of
Money
the
Team.
best pound-for-pound boxers get in the ring with young Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. And then, wait a minute, I got to do this part when whatchamacallit says, when Oscar De La Hoya says, I faced
Here we go.
I faced Floyd, and when I faced Floyd, I lost, but I had the blueprint.
Racism. That is so racist.
Wait, let me get through. I had the blueprint, and I took the blueprint and I took it out of the vault and I gave it to Alvarez. I saw a blueprint get used, all right. Saw an ass whipping blueprint get used, all right. If you want the blueprint to how to whoop ass, call the Money Team.
I'm not a fan of this shenanigans.
Call young Floyd. He'll teach you how to whoop some ass.
Man, look.
Systematically.
I'm not a fan of Floyd, but I gotta give him his credit. Floyd is probably the greatest of all time. He's good. Very good. Nobody can probably beat Floyd.
I think time just stopped just now.
No, Floyd is great.
Oh, we can't forget the Matisse and
you finally said his name right.
And they, yeah.
Danny, yeah, Mickey wants to say Danny Ortiz. It's not Ortiz.
Garcia.
Danny Garcia. That's Mickey's.
It's in the realm, though.
That's it. That is his go-to because he's a racist. It's always Ortiz for him. If there's any Hispanic person he doesn't know the last name, he defaults to Ortiz.
None of this is true. None of this is true.
Yeah, Danny did his thing. I was going for Matisse, but Danny did his thing. Now they're trying to say that Danny should fight Floyd Mayweather.
Ooh,
that would be a terrible fight because Danny will get killed.
Danny would get killed.
I would much rather see. Actually, I would actually rather see old ass Bernard Hopkins.
I knew you were gonna say it.
I would love to see that fight.
I knew you were gonna say it. I actually think that would be probably one of the best fights that you can make right now. I think it's one of the best. I mean, because Floyd showed that night that you're not gonna get a guy. He's too much. His fighting style is similar to Bernard Hopkins. They both fight that style where they're rolling their shoulders, they're slipping punches, they're bouncing, around, different things of that nature. They're trying to make you miss and counterattack, counter punch you. So, only thing about that is, look, Bernard Hopkins is too old to drop the weight that it would take. There will be a catch weight, and that catch weight would be, he's probably going to drop him down to about 150. Floyd's not going to 160. He's going to have to drop his weight to 150 for that. If I'm Floyd, I'm not even going to take that fight because, one, Bernard Hopkins is old. It's really a fight that only boxing people would really get into. I don't think the young generation really even wants to see. They want to see young. They want to see who is hot right now. Bernard Hopkins is not what's hot right now, and I respect Bernard Hopkins.
You're crazy.
He is a tactician. He is damn near he works for Golden Boy. He helps make and negotiates fights. That's where he's at right now.
That dude just fought like a couple months ago, Mickey. What are you talking about?
Who did he fight a couple months ago?
It doesn't matter. He fought.
Wait, does he not work for Golden Boy in that facet?
Sure he does.
So he should just be an
Mayweather works for Mayweather. So what are you talking about?
But he's younger than him, man. He's way younger than him.
This the fight.
He got almost 50.
You're right about that. He's like 46, 47, something like that. Something like that. Let me tell you this, man. This is the fight that I would like to see. I would actually like to see Canelo versus Danny. How's that sound? That would be a good fight.
I'd rather see that than the other. Because, look, if Bernard drops to 150, he's not going to be... It's really playing into Mayweather. Because let me tell you something. You thought Canelo had a problem hitting him. 150, and Bernard's not known for speed. He's known for defense. He's right about that. I saw the interview. He's right. He's one of the best defensive fighters of all time. But you know what? He don't have that speed. That speed, he would get tagged too. It'll probably be a boring fight because both of them are going to be rolling their shoulders. Both of them are going to be blocking. It ain't going to be too much action. But I would love to see what you just said. Canelo versus
Ortiz.
Danny
Garcia.
No! He's been infected. No! He's been infected. He's racist.
No.
He's been infected.
No.
If you only had a webcam to see the face, he was like, it was like, Ortiz, oh.
No, but that would be a good fight. I got to see my man Adrian Broner get in the mix sometime. He's supposed to be the next to carry the torch.
Who do you think he's supposed to? Who would you like to see him battle?
I would like to see him battle. What's the guy? Is his last name the one that Floyd knocked out? He headbutted him. I'm scared. Yeah, what's his name?
Dang, I can't think of his name. I think his name is
Ortiz. Right, I think it is.
I think his name
is
Ortiz.
Yeah, Ortiz. I like to see him fight.
Yeah, that might be bad. It's kind of crazy because he kind of fell off because he lost against somebody else. Ortiz. He lost.
Oh yeah, and then Floyd beat that dude. He lost against the guy that Floyd fought before this fight. That dude like broke his jaw.
Cotto?
No. Somebody else. Let me see. Let me pull it up real quick.
We're hitting the back cave.
Hold on. Let's see. Good old Google. I know somebody's out there like, and that was me, yelling at us. He fought God, man. His Robert Guerrero.
Oh, okay.
Robert Guerrero
beat Ortiz?
No, I'm lying. Who beat Ortiz? Broke his jaw. I'm sorry. His name is Victor Ortiz, by the way.
Victor
Ortiz. Let's see. Hold on. Let's just see right now. Maybe it was Josecito Lopez.
That's the one he lost to?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So this is taking a weird turn.
Uh-oh.
But, yeah, man.
But, I mean, they can still make the fight. I mean, you still got Trout out there. Trout could maybe be in a nice little bout. He's still got some
I've only known Austin Trout from the 2 fights. I'm not really up on him.
Yeah,
I know he fought your boy.
Fought
Cotto, and he lost to Canelo.
Yeah, Canelo.
And they say he's a great fighter, but
yeah, he has a good name. But those are the fights I've seen as well. I mean, I like his style, but didn't work against Canelo.
No, not at all.
Didn't work against Canelo. So
yeah,
then you got whatever happened to Tim Bradley? What's Tim Bradley doing these days? Keeping him on ice.
He's got a fight. He got a fight coming up.
The boy that he fought recently, that he was being trained by Freddie Roach, forgot what his name is, but man, he was giving Tim Bradley the business. I would like to see the guy that they're coaching up, Freddie Roach, got that was facing Tim Bradley. He kind of won that match.
Yeah, they say
I don't know
what's
going on with Tim. Tim is magically getting out of fights that he really should lose.
And believe it or not, he's undefeated. He's got 1 no contest. He's undefeated. That guy.
Tim Bradley is the worst.
Hey man, watch your mouth, man.
The worst.
Watch your mouth.
When I saw, and I'm not a big Manny fan, but I saw Manny dismantle Tim Bradley, and he walked out with a decision. From that day on, I could never be a fan of Tim Bradley. He might be the greatest guy in the world.
Man, I saw Manny fight Marquez, and he didn't walk out the building.
Anybody can get hit with a lucky shot. And I guarantee if we was to look at the scores of that match, I know Marquez wouldn't like this, but Manny probably was beating him. Had he not knocked him out, Manny probably would have walked out of there still the winner. Yeah. I mean, I will give him the other 2. Marquez probably won those. I feel like he won those.
I think Manny Pacquiao could probably hang with Floyd on some serious shit. I think Manny could probably beat Floyd.
You know why I wish the Manny fight would have happened? Because I think people need to see someone get. I think that question mark will always be there, and there will always be the conversation of whether. But let me say this to all you people that he dismantled Canelo, but he wouldn't have did that to Manny. He dismantled this guy, but he wouldn't have did that to Manny.
I know what you're about to say.
If Manny had stepped in that ring, he too, yes.
What about Manny versus Canelo? That might be a nice fight.
I would pay to see that.
I would pay to see that too.
Pay $10 to see it.
Yo, how about this? And whoever wins that fight gets to fight Floyd again, or fight Floyd.
That would be hot. I would think that would be the way I would promote it. I would do it like wrestling.
Yeah.
Where you go, out of these 2, whoever wins this would meet Floyd. And I think, if it was Manny, then let it be Manny. But I think that Manny is not a boxer. So whoever.
What do you mean? Whoa.
He is a brawler. He is a brawler. He does not roll punches. He's not a tactician.
He gets buckets, man. He gets buckets.
When we say boxer, let's stop giving people the boxer tag. Boxer tag is we talking, Bernard Hopkins is a boxer.
You've lost your mind.
A boxer. Look,
Manny
I love
Pacquiao
Mike Tyson,
is a
but Mike
boxer.
Tyson was a brawler. Holyfield was a boxer. And what happened when the brawler met a boxer? He got his ear bit off. But Holyfield was dismantling that ass.
Man, all I'm saying is this.
Minus the illegal headbutts. He was headbutting.
Just because Manny doesn't have the defense of a Floyd, Manny can duck some punches too. Manny is...
He didn't duck the last one I saw.
Well, you know, Floyd. I seen Floyd get popped a couple times too.
But his arms wasn't behind his back. Anytime you fall, your arms are behind your back, and your wife is screaming and crying.
What's your boy Sugar Shane Mosley hit Floyd Mayweather with a punch, and if Sugar Shane was not standing right there, Floyd would have fallen.
Sugar, I like that fight. Sugar, to me, if you gave Sugar another shot in a year or two, maybe around that, I think Sugar could beat Floyd. Because Sugar's like underrated in a lot of ways. Like Sugar can box, Sugar can brawl. Sugar's like the medium, like he's like not the medium, but now you have somebody that they like. If you were to create like a character of them, you know, you have 99 speed, 95 strength. Yeah. He's like a good all around boxer. Like he can brawl when he needs to brawl, box when he needs to box. Canelo did whoop his ass though.
I didn't see that fight.
But I mean, we're talking
like 80
after,
years old,
you know.
Man. Like he's 80 years old.
You know what though? I'm gonna give Sugar something though. Sugar Shane, for them first 3-4 rounds, I think the only reason he lost that fight was because he was just younger and he just could not. Them first 4 rounds, Sugar was giving it to him. I was rooting for Sugar. I really thought he could do it, but Canelo's youth just really. Let me ask you a question.
I mean, the nigga's 42 years old.
But let me ask you a question. Do you think sometimes those boxing matches, do you think sometimes they be like a little funky?
God dang, I'm looking at his record, man. This is looking kind of brutal, man.
Yeah, his latter part of his career has been kind of nasty.
You think what? Say it again?
That, you know, do you sometimes watch boxing matches and feel kind of like even if Shane is doing well, I feel like Shane wouldn't win that fight. Sometimes I feel like...
You talking about this rigged or?
I don't want to say rigged, but I want to say sometimes I get that feeling like this guy, even if he does well, is not going to get a decision. Unless he knocks him out, he's not going to get a decision.
I don't know, man. I think boxing is just... I think it's rigged.
You do?
I think for some people, because I think a lot of money's riding on people getting to that next level. Because when you make money, we all make money.
Like if Garcia loses to Matisse, I mean, who's the bigger draw? It would be Garcia, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Matisse could win. I'm not saying he can't win, but it kind of feels like I hate, you know, boxers versus UFC. I know you heard those arguments and stuff. One thing about UFC that I've never felt like anybody went in there and it was possible for my favorite guy to not lose. Or it was impossible. I can like John Jones going against the new kid, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, the new kid could beat him.
Yeah, there's always that possibility.
Yeah, like Brock went in with, what was it? Who did Brock lose? Brock lost to, was it Junior Santos? Or was it?
Yeah, he lost to him.
He lost to Junior Santos?
He lost to Junior Dos Santos.
And Kane, right?
Yeah, Kane killed him.
But... Yeah, is Kane the one that gave him the kick and he fell down from that?
I don't remember.
He like got kicked and he tried to back and then like I guess he felt the effects
of that
kick and he fell down.
It's either one of those.
It's either Kane or Junior Santos. The thing is like I could have been a big Brock fan and maybe not a Junior Santos fan, but he kicked him and he fell and he's looking at Penny Hardaway.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Penny Hardaway, man.
You know,
he was
don't know how we got there, but somehow it's Penny Hardaway.
I was looking at Winky Wright, and then him and Penny Hardaway had some kind of golf tournament together. Like, what's Penny doing?
Oh yeah, what happened?
I'm in the loop. I'm in the daggone Wikipedia loop.
Yeah,
I'm falling down the hole.
But what do you think about that? Comparing UFC to boxing, do you feel like UFC is a little more
some
clean?
People like, oh, fuck UFC or fuck boxing. But they can coexist. Like, that's another point. What I'm saying now.
Yeah, that was so peaceful.
Like, you can be a fan of both.
He was so peaceful.
But Yeah, I don't
can
think.
like me and like him at the same time.
Yeah, you can do
like
both.
both of us.
Yeah,
Support
why
both of
not?
us.
But I think that
Who's dirty?
I don't think UFC is dirty. I definitely don't think UFC is dirty. Cause there's some questionable decisions, but see, it's so subjectable too. Cause I've been at matches, like live matches, UFC matches, and I thought somebody won, and you know, and they didn't, according to the judges. You know, and a lot of times, even if you watch it from home, you'd be surprised how much of the commentating bias can kind of affect.
Freaking Joe Rogan.
Yeah, they have their
No.
favorites. So, but I wanted to bring up another point too. We
Yeah,
talked about
what's
this
that?
a little bit earlier. I think America, not to get on the whole race thing,
Yeah,
some people say it's my favorite subject,
he definitely has a pendant.
but to be a black champion, you have to be it a certain way. Do you agree to that?
I definitely agree with that.
You got to be a humble. You can't like people.
Black athletes, just in general.
That's very true. Like a Floyd Mayweather. People hate Floyd. People watch Floyd so he can get beat. You know, you have to be a certain type. Like I was telling Mickey, a lot of people don't like John Jones, which he found fascinating.
I still don't.
A lot of
believe
people
it.
don't like John Jones because they think he's cocky.
Still don't believe it.
But it's weird because a lot of people like what's the guy's name who he fought? Who fought Anderson Silva? God.
Chael,
Chael Sonnen.
and he's an asshole.
People love that dude.
He's the biggest asshole, and he was juicing.
Man, let
And his stuff was racist and disrespectful. Like what he said about Anderson in Brazil.
let Chael be a black dude. Oh man, Chael talked his way to championship fights. He talked his way to championship fights. You know?
Did he face John Jones?
Oh, John destroyed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he destroyed him.
And I never understood how does he get that fight? It was he lost the last two. Didn't he lose to he lost to Anderson twice, and I think those were
What
like
happened
right
was
hand to hand.
this is some foul stuff.
Oh, whatchamacallit got hurt. Didn't the guy that he was originally gonna
the
fight?
guy that
got
John
hurt.
Jones was supposed to fight. got
Yeah,
hurt.
what was his name?
I want to say it was Ryan Bader. I could be wrong. I could
I
be
don't
wrong.
think it's right.
But he got hurt, and then this is some messed up stuff. I don't, Dana White. I don't like that dude.
Yeah, he's
Because what
he's a
happened
jerk.
was Dana White was like, well, he put out a call to people, say, hey, John Jones person's hurt. Who wants to fight? Chael Sonnen said, I'll do it. John Jones was like, nah, I'm not going to take that fight because I need to train for Chael Sonnen. So Dana White put John Jones on blast.
Yeah.
That's some foul stuff. The reason why I say it's foul is because he knows that the people are going to turn on John Jones.
Is that where it began?
Yeah.
The turn?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think people already didn't like John, but that took it to the next level.
The gasoline.
Yeah, because his fan base was like, he's running from Chael Sonnen. He's a punk. We want, and on top of that, they canceled the card because of that. So people that was on that card didn't get to eat because Dana White canceled the card because John Jones wasn't fighting that card. He was the main event.
Damn.
Now that's gonna look bad on John Jones, but
A lot of people hate him.
right, exactly. But Dana White didn't have to cancel that card. That was Dana White's fault.
So what would he have done if he didn't have a main event? Would he have just ran it?
He could have moved somebody else up. He could have moved somebody. Why would you have to cancel a whole card for one fight?
Do you think people would have still been cool with it?
I think people have been cool. You might give them a discount. You know what I'm saying? But don't cancel the whole card. You're doing that.
That's him just being anal.
Exactly. You're just doing that to make, people hate John Jones. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's
Maybe that's why John really not like even in that press conference you showed me, it doesn't look like he's just doing his job. I don't think he has any love or any coolness with Dana White. I don't think it seems like that wasn't something that
I don't know, man, but ever since then I'm like, man, Dana, that's some crap. I've seen Dana talk shit about like fighters You know,
He
but
hates whatchamacallit, the guy that used to fight Chuck Liddell all the time.
oh, you talking about Tito Ortiz? You talking Tito? Yeah, they don't get along. But I've seen him like, man, I can't believe what he just did in there. That was totally disrespectful. I'm like, dude, you're not in that box. You're not in that ring. You know what I'm saying? Who are you? This other dude is trying to take this other guy's head off. Like, how are you? Who are you to say he didn't give an ultimate total effort tonight?
Yeah, that Ultimate Fighter, man, like when he gives his words on people's performances, I mean, it's just like, I, I mean, it's a fight, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, you win some, you lose some. Sometimes it's styles that can be the difference. Sometimes it's physical. I mean, some people are physically better physically. You know what I mean? I don't know. But it's just like, how can you determine if a person gave their all? I don't think anybody goes in the ring thinking, you know, I'm going to half-ass this.
Right. I mean,
you could get your arm broke
you
half-assing.
can die.
You could die.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird, man. Like the one thing I don't like about UFC is that I think people rise up the ranks way too fast.
Right.
Like people have 4 or 5 fights and they're getting a championship fight. Like,
Who is this kid that's fighting John tonight?
oh, he's a beast. Gustafsson? He's from like Sweden or something like that.
I seen the kid that they showed the kid that beat him, the black guy. I forgot what his name was.
Beat who?
To beat the Gustafsson guy.
He lost? I thought he
Yeah,
was.
he
I
got
thought
him
he was
lost. And actually, the guy that beat him is training him. Now, I'm not sure if it's the same guy, but I think it's the same guy because I watched the little UFC before, UFC starts or whatever.
Yeah.
He lost to this guy that was really good at, I believe he's good at wrestling.
Gotcha.
But we're double checking this.
Yeah,
now.
it's good old internet, man.
We're
What we do
double
without
checking
it?
this now.
Let's see, man. Yeah, he does. Oh, Phil Davis.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's wow, because Phil Davis got beat by Rashad Evans.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Rashad
Dominated.
Yeah. It wasn't even close.
Damn.
But
Rashad's a bad man, though.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, so all the rest were wins?
Yeah. That's the only loss he had was to Rashad.
I mean, to Phil Davis.
Yeah, the only loss he had was to Rashad. Yeah.
Oh, no.
No. I'm sorry. No.
Gustafsson.
Gustafsson. Yeah. The only loss he had was to Phil Davis.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't even know that. That's what, 3 years ago.
Yeah, they showed like clips of the fight. It looks like he's not that good on the ground, to be honest. Looks like he's not that good on the ground, but he brought that guy Phil Davis in to help him get better on the ground. But
Gotcha. He has three submissions, and everything else are knockouts.
yeah, his up top game is kind of nasty from what I saw.
Yeah, he's a tall guy, man. Tall guy.
He doesn't have a bigger reach than Jones though. His reach is not crazy enough. He doesn't have the same reach as that. His leg reach is ridiculous though.
Right. Well, I invited Mickey out to watch the fight with me. He said he got to spend a little QT time with his lady. So I understand that. So I'll keep him posted on what's going on with the fight.
Yeah, give me all the texts, man.
All right. Well, anyway, let's keep moving on. What we say, is a double standard for black athletes. Yada yada. I already know that. iPhone 5.
iPhone 5.
And the 5C. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, 5C and the 5S.
Cheaper version.
Yeah, the one with the plastic color back.
Yeah.
It's 5C.
So I have an iPhone 4S. I know. I'm behind the times. I don't care. Mickey
you have a what?
A 4S.
You have a 4S?
Yeah. Why you make that face, man?
Yeah, I mean, you're not up on the new.
Nah, my wife has a 5, but I mean the 4 is just as good.
Your wife having a 5, it's not you having.
I don't care about that
It's
stuff,
in your
man.
household, but it's not yours.
I don't care about that. So the iPhone 5, what do you think about the 5S, man? You actually got
I played with it.
I
touched it.
There you go.
I had my way with the iPhone 5.
Nice.
From what I was able to gather, I mean, they definitely stole a lot of Google Android-like options.
So that's the problem for me. I feel ever since old boy died, the old boy happens to be
Jobs.
Sir Jobs.
Sir Jobs.
Apple hasn't been the same, dude.
All of it. I mean, from pulling it down, like I had some, I pulled down the menu and all the things that you could toggle, and I went to my Galaxy and pulled down and was like, and I looked at the way that it zooms in the screen when you open it up, and I opened it up, and I'm like, And I was like, and somebody Instagrammed that, like, all you guys, with your updates, you do know that like 90% of the stuff is on. We've been had it. I will say this though, the fingerprint unlocking thing, I think is really 007. I like that. I like to be able.
My
to,
dad has that on his phone. That's not an Apple feature.
What type of phone does he have?
He has like some kind of Android.
And it has the fingerprint.
Yes,
oh,
man.
exclusive.
I think it might be like an app or something like that. But he has it on his phone.
Well, you heard it first. It's not. And I mean, it's funny because the commercial is like, we have this new technology in which you put your finger on the main button and it scans your print and it saves it into your phone.
It's not new, buddy. Sorry. But, I mean, like I said, Apple is always been innovative in what they do, but I feel like everybody's catching up now, and they might be even being passed by Samsung and all these other people.
I think they are.
Which is, I mean, because Apple makes a great product, and anybody that has a Mac or Mac computer knows that it's a superior product to the PC. Yes, I said it. Everybody knows that. Mickey's giving me the side eye. What's that look for, Mickey?
What's the chip that's in a Mac? Like what type of processor are they running?
I think this one right here is
Intel, right? It's
an
Intel, right?
Yeah, Intel processor.
You can get an Intel in anything, right?
Yeah, but we're talking about the daggone interface of this is user friendly right here. Everything on my desktop. We're in front of a Mac right now. This is the
Mac Pro. Mac is living off of one mistake that Windows made, and that was good old Vista. Since Vista, none of the stuff that came after that is buggy. In my personal experience, I have never had anything be buggy. I've never had any problems with 7 or 8. I haven't had all these problems. So
I'll explain something to you, Mickey Dunn.
You guys with your Mac religion. Didn't
you have an iPhone?
I definitely.
You know what your problem is, Mickey Dunn? This is your problem.
Uh-oh, here we
go.
Here we go.
If everybody's going right, you want to go left. When you saw everybody had iPhones, you want to switch over to an Android. That's what you do.
I switched over to Android, actually, because I switched phone companies, and I had an iPhone, and when I was going to switch my iPhone over. Let me say this. The iPhone 4 was my favorite phone. Even to this day, the iPhone 4 is the best phone I have ever had, more so because it wasn't buggy prior to me updating it. That's another thing I don't like. When I update my iPhones, it used to be, when I updated the 4, every time I updated the 4, it got more slow, got more sluggish, got more buggy. Whereas when I had, just the regular iPhone 4 and the way it was, it was pretty good. I don't have a problem with the Apple thing. I just have a problem with the only difference between an Apple product and a Windows product is the operating system. Yes, when Vista was around, they had the one-upper. Oh my gosh, Vista was horrible. Everybody knows Vista was horrible. But like I said, I have a laptop with 7 and I have a laptop with 8, and I have had no problems. So this whole
because you don't know any better.
There's no issues.
You don't know any better.
So there's no issues. So unless something magically happened, my computers run very nicely, and I don't have any problems.
I'm not going. I mean, if that's what you like, that's what you like. But I'm just saying.
If the parts are different, if we're talking about, unless they're putting A7s, unless they got their own, if they're starting to do their own chips now. But the last time I checked, you can get an i8 or I don't know. I'm not going to say i8.
i7.
They don't have an 8-core? That might just be like a
This has an 8-core.
That has an 8-core?
Yeah.
It's Intel?
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah. You can get that in a PC as well.
That's great, man.
I'm not paying $2,000 for a computer. I'm not doing it. No. I'm going to newegg.com. I'm going to get somebody to build me a computer with everything that's in there.
See, that's the problem, man.
And ba-dow.
That's the problem. That's why Apple works so well, because a lot of them, besides the processor, a lot of the things that are Apple are all, generally speaking, Apple. So they talk the same language.
We're going to have another podcast. We're going to have another part. I'm going to research how many parts in there are really just Apple. I can guarantee you most of those parts.
Do it!
Thank you,
What's that?
Arnold.
No. Is that Arnold? Yeah, it is.
Thank
right?
you, Arnold.
Right.
Thank you.
No. Is that Arnold, man, or is that daggone John
Go
Claude?
ahead. That sounds like Arnold to me.
All right.
It's okay, Mac people. Don't tweet me your anger and everything.
Nah,
it's
man.
not my fault your phones are going to be the same. The
I'm
6
just saying,
is going to
Mac
look like
is
the 5.
I stand by Mac. I stand by Mac, especially me being in the profession that I'm in, where I'm doing a lot of editing, video stuff. I gotta run with Mac all day.
I'm not going to tell you where I work because that I can't do that for reasons of I can't do that. But what I can tell you is there are people that use in professional ways. They use computers. And,
really?
And they do. They do a lot of work. It deals with media and audio and video. And guess what, guys? And this stuff is going on a lot of places. They're using PCs. They don't have Macs. And their computers are powerful. And they don't bug. Just to let you know. It's out there. So if you want to spend $2,000 or $2,500, then that's cool.
I'm not knocking PCs, but
Apple will roll in the money while you keep paying them all that damn money for that stuff. I'm not knocking the hustle. I'm gonna build my own computer, and I'm gonna tell people, hey, that you got, it's not cool. This is cool. You want to be cool?
If you gonna build a computer,
buy a done computer.
You get you a Hackintosh or something like that, man. Something like that.
No, I'm going against the system.
All right.
The Mac is coming down. You guys are going down. The writing is on the wall, guys. Your iPhones are the same as they've been. A 5 is an ironed out 4. That's all it is. You like that?
Ironed out 4.
It's an ironed out 4. They just flattened out a 4. The 5S. Whoop-de-doo. And y'all know Steve Jobs is rolling in his grave. You know Steve Jobs doesn't do 5 Cs. You know he doesn't give you guys options.
Man, you a hater, man.
You either buy what he wants or you go somewhere else.
All right, so we kind of fuddled over that situation.
Shouts out to Bill Gates.
Fuck Bill Gates. So I got a conspiracy theory. I want to put out a conspiracy theory out there. All right,
I have nothing to do with
this. It's a long story. I hope that nobody comes and snipes me or some crazy shit like that.
Only Al has.
All right, check this out. I was on Facebook and I saw rest in peace to not a friend of mine, but somebody that was associate of a friend of mine. You know, you go to a party, you see that person. Hey, how you doing? Whatever. He just passed away. And it's crazy how Facebook becomes a memorial now when somebody dies. You know,
that's
what I'm saying?
creepy to me.
Well, it is what it is, man. People want to show their respects.
Yeah,
you know, so. And I was trying to figure out, like, nobody said how he died or, what happened. So I put his name into, like, the Google search, and I came across, famous people that died in 2013. And I was scrolling through, a lot of people died in 2013 that are famous.
Oh, Lord.
And this guy called Chris Kyle came up. And I was like, wait a minute, I remember this guy.
I have nothing to do with this.
So Chris Kyle came up, and I went into great old Wikipedia, the source of all American human knowledge, and I saw, Chris Kyle is that guy who was the devil of Ramadi, the devil of Ramadi.
No, I can't help you.
For those who don't know, Chris Kyle is the most lethal sniper in American history.
Gangsta.
And I'm looking at his Wikipedia page now. It says he has 160 confirmed kills out of 255 claim kills. That's insane.
He's a gangster.
That is insane. I wouldn't necessarily call it a gangster. He just was a soldier, a very good soldier.
Yeah, gangster meaning that he was the man.
He was the man. I mean, we don't want to put too much stock on, him pretty much being a death machine. I know it's probably got to take a toll on your soul and all that good stuff.
It should.
But the ironic part about this, he came out with 2 best-selling books. One being called The American Sniper and American Gun, yada, yada, yada. But he died this year.
And how did he die?
He died at a shooting range.
It's kind of eerie.
Ironic, ain't it? The story is his mom said that he was taking a former soldier over to the shooting range to kind of get over his post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Why do people think? Excuse me. Why do people think someone who's having problems with violence and going through a traumatic experience, the way to release stress would be a gun, shooting guns?
I don't know, man.
Okay, I mean, go ahead. It never makes sense to me. I'm going through so many issues where I saw people get their heads blown off, and it affects me, and now I'm gonna go and shoot guns. The very sound that I heard before that guy got his head chopped off is what I'm gonna now reproduce in this place. I mean, does that sound crazy to me? I mean, am I the only person that kind of maybe you should do yoga?
I don't know, man, but that dude turned the gun on him and his friend and killed him.
Did his friend live?
I think I don't know. I don't want to say his friend lived or died, but no, he did die.
Oh damn.
Yeah, but that is eerie, man. It's just real eerie to me that this guy that wrote these books, and this guy was in. I think he said he was in SEAL Team 3 or something like that, or something.
Damn.
Like I don't know if there's like a code to.
I believe it probably is.
Like a military code, like you don't talk about what happened over there, like you don't publicize stuff like that.
Well, a lot of that stuff gets publicized, though. I mean, a lot of people leave.
But you don't know what he could have put in that book. I never read the book, but I just think it's kind of eerie. Am I crazy to think that's eerie?
Probably so, but I don't know. I think him having post-traumatic stress, I think one thing about that.
No, the guy, he was taking, I'm sorry if I didn't explain that right. He was taking a guy who was having post-traumatic stress to the gun range.
Yeah, and that's the guy that killed him,
And that's the guy that killed him.
Yeah, and I'm saying that guy, once again, you're taking a guy that probably the post-traumatic stress came from him, hearing gun sounds and people dying in front of him. Now, the way that we're going to help him get out of that is we're going to put another gun in his hand.
That is kind of ignorant.
I mean, that's like, it's like if you had the experience where someone you saw got stabbed, and maybe you got a thing about knives, and then you take them to a knife buying festival or something like that. It's like, why would you put them in the middle of all these knives when they saw someone brutally get killed with a knife? I just think
maybe it might not be a conspiracy theory. It might just be I'm not accepting his stupidity in this situation. He could just be a stupid guy at the end of the day.
He's psycho. I mean,
I'm talking about the guy, the sniper, Chris Kyle.
Who, him?
Chris Kyle, him? The sniper. Yeah, because why would you put a person in that situation?
Well, I think a lot of people, especially people that are really into guns, I think people look at that as a way of release.
Sure.
A way to release stress, a way to release energy. I've gone to the gun range many times. I've never gotten a release of stress from it. I like to see my marksmanship. I don't really see how somebody can get that from that. But maybe they think that can happen. Maybe, everybody runs differently. But I just think you can't be surprised when he goes, I'm back in the war. I don't know if that's happened, but, I mean, I can guarantee that psychologically, a psychologist probably would say that's not the best idea. Maybe there's an idea that will come with, but they just say that's not the best idea. Maybe you need to go walking.
I just think it's also ironic that that happened.
Oh, that he got to get shot.
The deadliest sniper in the history of the United States. It's like you live by the gun, you die by the gun.
Let's be clear, man. A sniper is a guy that finds a position and then proceeds from a position that the whole thing is that no one knows that you're in that position when he's aiming at the target.
So what are you saying, Mickey?
I'm thinking a sniper, don't get me wrong, I'm in no way, shape, or form taking anything away from a sniper. A sniper that's a bad man because he's hitting you from, you wouldn't see it.
You wouldn't hear it?
You wouldn't hear it. And the bullet that he's putting in you could blow your freaking ribcage off.
Let me tell you, man, dude. I watch some history. History Channel always got stupid shit on like that. This dude shot a nigga from a mile away. A mile away.
And the bullet's going, it's enough power in that gun to make that bullet stay straight for a mile.
You got to think, like, if it's a moving target, You got to think how far you got to like aim the gun away from the target for it to match up right.
Because the kickback is still there.
It's that, and then you got to, like, if it's that far away, you can't aim right on the target because if it's moving, by the time the bullet gets there, it's past.
You kind of got to give it a little bit where it can kind of.
Yeah, we've all played Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
you got.
I first learned that like I thought, oh shoot, when you shoot the gun, it's gonna go. You kind of got to give a little room for that when it goes back. That it's gonna
the kickback.
Yeah, when you get the kickback, that it's gonna go to it like that. But yeah, he's a bad man. I don't want a sniper wanting me because I'm gonna get hit and not see it.
Man, it's insane, man.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was a crazy story that he got killed.
It's stupid crazy.
And he was young. I mean, he was fairly young. He died. He was 38.
Damn.
Yeah, 38, man.
Damn, man. Yeah, I think I was saying the sniper thing because I don't know.
I think you seem like you're trying to discredit snipers.
No. But I think that the sniper is good in the situation we just described. But I would take a guy that's like. But I don't know the extent of his training. Maybe I'm sure he was trained in like small arms. I'm sure he knew how to work a handgun and stuff like that.
SEAL Team 3.
Yeah. I'm sure he knew how to do.
But I'll take a sniper, man. I mean, that's a strange situation, man, to be a sniper. That's like solitude. I think they have a buddy system, but I don't know if you get to that level. Is there a buddy system with you at that time? And I don't know if you know, they put bounties on snipers' heads.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of times these other military groups. Iraqi, they have snipers too. My brother was telling me that was a normal occurrence. Like you'd be working out lifting weights and somebody try to snipe you.
Damn.
Yeah, I need to get him on the podcast.
You need to.
He was in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Is he the same as when he left? As when he come back?
Not. No, he's not. Damn. I remember when he first came back, he was like, he would look at you and like he was just looking through you, man. It was just the weirdest thing. It was really weird.
I think people think that. And that's what goes back to even what we were talking about with the video games. I think people think that you have to understand. I think a lot of people, it's like the value of life. We've grown up in a we've been blessed to grow up where we don't get, even if you're in bad neighborhoods, which is, that can be traumatic. That's a traumatic experience as well. But I think, when like I'm walking out of the street, like in the hood there or in bad neighborhoods, there are situations that are happening around you of the criminal kind,
right. But
it's not like you're waking up and people are shooting all day, every day, all the time.
Right.
There are police, there are things that will stop that from happening. So I think when you're talking about these areas where it's, civil unrest, I mean, I have a friend that went over and he also didn't come back the same. I think, he was a really easygoing guy, real nice, real fun. And when he came back, he was really a serious guy. You could tell he was serious. He was serious all the time. And it's sad because it kind of, you see, like, it seems like a part of him, like, got killed over there, like, as a person. You know what I mean? Like, because you can see the leftover of him. You know what I mean? And I know that's deep, but it's like when you see him, it's even more like kind of a surprise, like when you meet him and you're expecting him to be the way that you thought he was, like when last time you saw him, and you realize like,
ain't the same.
Nah.
Yeah, it happens, man. My brother my whole family's military. All my brothers are military.
Yeah, me too. I got a lot of family military as well.
One of my younger brothers, his daggone convoy, the truck he was in got flipped over. The IED attack.
Damn.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy over there.
He's not doing good.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. But, I mean, you pray that, well, maybe they didn't see anything. Maybe they just went over there and pushed papers or, you know what I'm saying? But some of these people are really getting out there and doing some,
oh my gosh,
damage to themselves within the scope of military actions, you know what I'm saying? So
that's why war, I hate when I hear, people talking about going into Syria or stuff like that. I mean, we got to stop, I'm even more now an advocate of not. I never was a war person, but seeing people come back from war, I've seen more mental than physical situations.
Yeah, and it's different because, like, for me, I mean, my wife is half Iranian. Mm-hmm. And then when they're talking about going to Iran and doing this thing, it's kind of weird when you have somebody in your family who has family ties to a place like that. You know what I'm saying? Because her dad is, like, straight off. He's straight from Tehran. Yeah.
I was wondering that. I thought maybe she was African American, and it was just that mix of but I didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you hear like, oh, we're about to go to war.
So she's half Iranian and half
black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Pretty cool.
like I said, her dad is like straight up.
Does he talk about that type of stuff? Like, does he talk about how he feels about those type of?
No, I never asked him about it, but it's just different. Like when you hear like, we're about to go to war with Iran,
And she can actually say, well, I don't.
He has family there,
that.
like his I think his cousins and grandparents or his parents might even still be over there.
Yeah.
So
it's family ties.
Well, yeah, it's different. I mean, I just think war is like one of those things that seems so old school.
Yeah.
Like it's so many other diplomatic ways we can go about doing things. Like, whether it is we can put sanctions, embargoes on people. I mean, we got to the point now, if you want to take money out of a bank account, you just take the money out. I mean, yeah, I'm going to shut up for it.
Yeah, I feel you. I just, like I said, I guess the finishing note would be, I personally feel, I can't speak for Al, but I could say that I feel the vibe that we both don't advocate war, and advocate, because there's human people in it, and that's what takes it away from the video game thing. Video game, you shut it off, it's over. But you go out there and you really do that stuff, it's definitely
takes a toll.
Yeah, it takes a toll because you're not growing up like that. Like you would think your situation's bad. Like my friend, like he would say he would hear bombs going off all day long, like just bombs, and you don't know where it's. And then the mines, he was like, most people are getting killed by these mines. Like these mines have been out there for like
IEDs.
Yeah, and it's just like they've been there for so long,
right.
And they're still active. It's like,
well, this is what I heard on NPR. They were doing something about they're talking about AK-47s, and these people over like a couple things I took from it. They were saying that the people in Iraq and Afghanistan now are like the elite fighters because all the people that didn't make it are dead. So the people that they fighting now, or, wherever we are the ones that they know
what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
These are not just random soldiers.
Nah, they've been fighting for a while.
Trained. Yeah.
So they would say what they would do is like they could always tell if like a new unit came into, let's say, Afghanistan. So when they were driving, because there's no speed limits out there, because you can go as fast as you want. When they have a convoy going, what they'll do is the convoy will be out in the desert or whatever, in the area, and they would shoot like the gun. They would shoot the AK-47, and then they'll see how the unit reacts to that. Like when they stop the convoy and then check the perimeter and all that good stuff, and then when they get back in the car, they'll go. So when that same unit, they'll shoot the gun again. Well, no, I take that back. They won't shoot the gun. They'll put an IED down to say, okay, we know that this guy goes to the left. We got to know this guy goes to the right, because they have the procedures that they do to check. So when they put the IED down, they know exactly where to put it because they saw how they got out the car.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's some real military tactical.
It is, man.
Stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man. So hopefully we won't go to war.
War's in. I know we talking about going to Syria, but I think that's a bunch of bullshit because, like when I was thinking when Osama bin Laden got killed, when did you hear about that? Think about it.
I can't remember.
You heard about it after it happened.
Yeah.
So why would we be like, oh, we're going to Syria. A month later, we're going to Syria. It makes no sense.
So you think it's a scare tactic?
I think it's bullshit. I think it's something else going on because if you're going to attack somebody, you're not going to
tell them.
Like, yeah, like we went to go to Osama bin Laden. We didn't ask permission.
We walked in
We just walked in. You know what I'm saying? And then people found out afterwards. You don't have to bomb. You can't say we're going to help somebody by bombing them. If you want to go in, if you feel like Mickey Dunn is the head of this organization, do what you got to do to Mickey Dunn and then get out.
Yeah. Leave the people alone. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
You know what I'm saying? We got satellites they probably seeing us right now. You mean to tell me you can't find out where somebody is, or you can't find out where, these weapons are and just go and get them. You know, it makes no sense.
Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's just.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you.
It's just weird. So yeah, well, we about to get out. Anything else you got to say?
I have nothing to say. Follow me at Dunson the numeral 1 on Twitter.
Okay.
And Instagram Dunson. And stay connected to me. The website www.themickeydunshow.com. And stay connected to me as we make our way through the world. What about you, Al?
You can follow me on. I only really do. I'm on Facebook, but
I knew you were gonna be like,
I do Instagram. I do Instagram. That's where you want to see all the cool stuff I do, which ain't that much, but I'm on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram stuff at the bottom and my gamer tag if y'all want to get it in Madden or
Swankery Swank,
Killery Swank. Let me know. Yeah, I'll leave all that because my Instagram is VLMORGVN. It's Al Morgan, but the A's are V's.
I was one that
Al Morgan with the game. But yeah, that's what it is.
Gangster.
Holla at me. Holla at y'all later. Peace.